I think the scoreline's a poor reflection on Curacao. Thought they were good in the game. 11v11, they were the better team. We huffed and puffed a little bit. Took us time to build in. Obviously, we had a very patchy week in terms of build-up. So it was, I'm not saying the team was thrown together, but it was a little bit late in the week before we actually had a chance to work on it. So the red card obviously changes the whole dynamic of the game. And from there, at least against the 10, we managed to start creating chances and got a few goals.
In terms of that then, after the red card, I mean, from your point of view in a warm-up game, looking to try and get a feel for it, was that ideal? Is that just part of the game? What was your thoughts in terms of that?
I think, you never know, because it's obviously nice to win any international game, but I think it would have been better if it stayed 11v11 and then we'd have been asked more questions about could we find the spaces on the pitch, could we create the chances that we created against 10 men against 11. That would have been a better exercise for us.
What did you learn from this in the end then?
Well, hopefully in the second half you got a little glimpse of why I signed a 4-year contract, because some of the young boys who came into the game were really good. Finlay obviously came on and got his goal. Tyler showed second half that, okay, against 10 men, but he showed that he's got the capability to be a big player for us in the future. And young James comes on, does what he does, buzzes around, so some good things on that. Obviously one big disappointment is injury to Billy, and we're just waiting on it being assessed and we'll find out how bad it is. He's gone for a scan, so I haven't had a chance to speak to him. Yep, 100% worried. No, obviously he hurt himself in the tackle and then he made the decision he had to come off, so that tells you that he himself knew it wasn't right. So we just have to wait and see. There's no point in speculating or thinking the worst. Let's wait and see what the medics say.
Steve, how pleased were you with Lawrence Shankland's performance today? 2 goals, obviously, for him.
I thought we struggled to get Lawrence into the game. First half, I felt he was coming a little bit out too deep. We'd sort of mentioned about certain positions on the pitch, and I think he concentrated too much on trying to get in the build-up positions, where Lawrence's strength is obviously in the box. Even the set-piece goal that we got, the delivery into him wasn't great, but he still managed to dig out and finish. So his 2 finishes are pretty much typical Lawrence Shankland.
In terms of these friendlies with the forwards, is a lot of it about developing partnerships and seeing what could work best in the World Cup?
Yeah, that's what we're looking at. Obviously, I thought George did okay first half in terms of stretching the pitch. He got himself in the box in good positions but couldn't get the finish. Second half, Lyndon comes on, shows himself to be a target player. I thought his layoff for Lawrence's second goal was pretty good. The one-touch layoff across the box. So they're all fighting for positions.
Steve, was it the bad news with Billy? Is Tyler's performance giving you a headache as to whether you keep him or you bring somebody like Lennon or Conor Barron?
Good headache though. Good headache, because obviously I've got Conor Barron, Andy Irvine, Lennon Miller, and you see for yourself how good young Tyler is. So yeah, I'll probably keep me awake tonight as well.
Have those guys been told to be on standby in case there's an injury?
The 3 that I mentioned are on standby. Obviously Tyler joined us this week. He's trained well this week, so he's a little bit closer than the other 3. But it would be I'd need to have a big discussion with my staff and decide the best way to go.
It's all hardly done before you. I mean, would he travel with you anyway? How will that work logistically, given you're going to the States tomorrow?
I think he's going to his auntie's wedding tonight.
Would you think there would be a difference if the red card did not?
It's difficult to speculate because obviously the game can change at any time. But at the time the red card came, Curacao, like I said, were the better side, 11 against 11.
What is your general impression about our game today, Curacao?
Good. I was very impressed, very well organised, good physicality in the team. I like defenders that are physical, and you have good, strong defenders, and obviously the lad Chong up front was a handful. Leo Bakuna, I know from my days at Aston Villa, so we worked together briefly there.
Would you be expecting the same game as against Haiti?
I think it'll be similar. You guys can tell me a little bit more because you played Haiti more often than we have. Now that what we've seen on video, I think maybe a similar game. And today was certainly a great test and a good feel for our players to have that level to understand how difficult the game against Haiti will be.
Steve, the tangibles are, you've scored 4 goals, the players have come off smiling and the Tarn Army have enjoyed their afternoon. That kind of feel-good factor must be a huge positive going over to America.
Yeah, that's what we wanted. We wanted to finish with a smile on our face. We wanted to make the long journey over, knowing that we'd got a victory, scored a few goals. So yeah, that's nice.
Steve,
I heard you say you were preferred to have played the game 11 against 11 until the end. Are you satisfied by the reaction of the team when we received the red card, or from Curacao received the red card?
Our reaction was good. Obviously, we found more space on the pitch, but that was to the detriment of your team, who were closing the spaces very well, 11 against 11. But obviously, with the extra player, we managed to create a little bit more. And eventually, like I said, the scoreline was an unfair reflection on the performance of Curacao.
I've noticed a lot of play was on the right side. Was there a game plan to attack us on the right side?
In the first half, we have an out-and-out winger in Ben Gannon-Doak. He's a pure winger. He doesn't really come inside. So when you have a player like that, you have to feed him the ball and you have to use him. He got into some great positions, but just lacked the final quality.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Steve, just on Finlay, obviously he's continuing his terrific end to the season. How much do you balance a player that's maybe inexperienced at this level, particularly going into his first major tournament, but actually a guy that's in just such good form at the moment? I mean, how close is he pushing to starting these games in the World Cup?
Yeah. Like I said, you look at Ben. Ben's exciting. Didn't really create that much. You bring Finlay on. He's a slightly different player, but he gets in the box and he gets into good positions. He had obviously the goal, good finish. Gets brought down for the penalty, great check inside. He had one little combination with Andy. I think he produced a back heel to try and get Andy in. So he's a player who, when you in the forward areas, can be dangerous for us.
Just going back to Lawrence, you said about struggling and getting him into the game. How did you feel he linked up first with George and then with Linden? Obviously, they combined really well for the third.
Yeah,
goal.
good. Lawrence is a good player. I've never had any doubts about that. I know you guys don't think that way, but I've never had any doubts about Lawrence and what he can bring to the squad.
Steve, you started Craig Gordon in goals. Is that an indication he's your first choice keeper?
No. No, there's no indication on that. If you look, Craig hadn't played since January. He'd only come back to training 5-6 weeks ago. Angus has been training all season. He had a game with Forest under-23s a couple of weeks ago. So it was just a chance to get minutes on the pitch for Craig. Angus will start the game against Bolivia.
Just on Taylor, Steve, was that an indication of how well he'd done in training that you put him on enough time in this game? Did he really make him up?
Yeah, he was good. He was good. Everybody was impressed. The players were impressed. The coaching staff impressed. I had no doubts. I actually thought about putting him on as Billy came off, but I just thought I'd have a little look, see how the game panned out before introducing him at half-time.
Steve, Billy's injury, is it more muscular or knee?
It's still to be determined by the medical staff. That's way above my head at this moment in time. I've not had a chance to sit down with the medics.
When is the scan, Steve?
Tonight.
What sort of timeline for decision?
Tonight. That's all I can tell you. He's gone for a scan now, so
So you might be waiting a few tomorrow. All going well.
I hope I'm sitting here hoping and praying that he's on the plane with us. Okay. Thank you.